forsake foolishness and live, and go the way of understanding.
Christ, at the beginning of his ministry, didn't go to the wilderness to relax. He went to the wilderness to do war.
Yeah.
And so, in a way, I saw it as a time to really see it in that way, because the stavafor means cross bearer, and you're also called to bear the wounds of Christ. And so you can't have that life without warfare. And so I was very, at the end of the day, grateful. And with the name of Saint Silouan, most people know him by, or with taking the name of Saint Silouan, most people know him for his saying, well, Christ saying, keep thy mind in hell and despair not. And so that was a real lesson right in the beginning in that, which I'm very grateful for.
Yeah. Yeah, why? Maybe you could share with everyone, because actually, little side note, I'm kind of surprised actually how many people, but I shouldn't be, but I'm surprised there's a lot of people actually don't know about St. Silouan. Maybe they've heard, but you'd be surprised actually. I know I've been at times like, oh, I've heard the name, but I don't really kind of know.
People say, oh, okay, interesting.
So who is St. Silouan, and why did you take his name?
Saint Silouan was a humble monk on Mount Athos. He was it's called a simple monk, so a monk that's a worker. He was not a priest. He was not an abbot. He was just on the externals, a regular man, working in a monastery. But his internal life was profound, and he was known for his silence and particularly his humility. And he also can be kind of a patron saint for people who are converting into the church, who have a lot of zeal, and then they get baptized, and maybe 2 years in, they're really struggling, because one of his teachings is that, or one of his experiences was that he received, well, he had a vision of Christ, so he had a profound amount of grace whenever he entered his monastic life. And then what happened was the grace withdrew, and rather than being self-pitying or sad or giving up, despondent, giving into gluttony and sloth and things like that, he just persevered. He slept maybe 2 hours a night. He was incredibly strong and worked a lot. He eventually was the steward of the monastery, so he had to interact with upwards of 200 people a day.